session we are going to see new topic else if ladder of subject programming in C. Okay, my name is Professor Pokharkar MS, HOD Computer Engineering Department, Samartha Polytechnic, Delhi. So we have seen that there are 4 if statements. Now in this 4 if statement today we have to see else if ladder. Okay, so let us know what is the definition of else if ladder. So else if ladder means what? When every else is used with if condition or if statement. When every else used with if condition or else statement except last else. This is very important. Except last else, that means it is called as the else if ladder. Okay, when every else having the condition except the last else don't have the condition. Now let us see the syntax. Now syntax of else if ladder. If we see the syntax, every else having the if statement except last else. Now at the entry point this condition 1 is checked. If condition 1 is true, then this statement 1 is executed, and irrespective of checking the any other condition, it directly execute the statement X. It directly execute the statement X. That means at the entry point condition 1 is checked. If it is true, then statement 1 is executed, and after execution of statement 2, it directly goes to the statement X. But if test condition 1 is false, then statement 1 is not executed. What happened? It check the condition 2. It check the test condition 2. Okay, when it is checked, when condition 1 is false. Now condition 2 is checked. If it is true, then statement 2 is executed, and after execution of statement 2, it execute directly statement X. Okay, but condition 2 is false, then it check condition 3, test condition 3. If test condition 3 is true, then what happens? Statement 3 is executed, and after execution of statement 3, directly statement X is executed. But if condition 3 is also false, now if this syntax, if you see condition 1 is false, 2 is false, and 3 is also false, that means all the conditions are false. In this case, what we have to do? We have to define what we have to do with all the conditions are false. Then in this case, the default statement is executed. Default statement is present in the last else block. Okay, and after that statement X is executed. So let us remember it. When all the conditions are false in the next else if ladder, then what happen? Default statement is executed, and then statement X is executed. Now let us see the flow chart. Okay, now it is a flow chart of else if ladder. At the entry point, what happened? Entry point is checked. You can see the entry point. At the entry point, what happened? Condition 1 is checked. If condition 1 is true, then statement 1 is executed, and after execution of statement 1, directly statement X is executed. But at the entry point, condition 1 is false. If condition 1 is false, then condition 2 is checked. If condition 2 is true, then statement X is executed. If condition 2 is true, then statement 2 is executed, and then directly statement X is executed. Okay, now at the entry point, condition 1 is false, then condition 2 is checked. If condition 2 is true, then statement 2 is executed, and then statement X is executed. But if condition 2 is also false, then condition 3 is checked, and condition 3 is true, then statement 3 is executed, and after execution of statement 3, statement X is executed. But if condition 3 is also false, that means all conditions are false, then default statement is executed, and after that statement X is executed. Okay, so when default statement is executed, when all the conditions are false, nobody is true, then default statement is executed. Okay, if condition 1 is true, then statement 1, condition 2 is true, then statement 2, and condition 3 is true, then statement 3. In this manner, the statements are executed. Now let us see the explanation part. Same part I have written. what happen at the entry point test condition we check. If it is true, then statement 1 is executed and directly statement X is executed. If it is false, then only test condition 2 is checked. If test condition 2 is true, then statement 2 is executed and directly statement X is executed. But if test condition 2 is false, then test condition 3 is checked. If test condition 3 is true, then statement 3 is executed and after that directly statement X is executed. But if test condition 3 is also false, that means all the conditions are false, then default statement is executed and directly statement X is executed. Okay. Now let us see the example part. If you see this example part, header file is declared, main function is defined, then two variables are taken, X is equal to 5, Y equal to 7. Now here first condition is checked, X is not equal to 5. That means X is not equal to 5. 5 is not 5. This condition is false, so that the printf FY computer is not printed. Now second condition is checked. Now control goes to the second condition, Y is not 7. So Y having the value 7. If it is not true, 7 is not 7, then what happen? Now this statement is executed, that is FY electrical, but this condition is false, so this FY electrical is not executed. So again check the new condition, X less than 7. So X less than 7. Now this condition 7 is less than 7. This condition is also false, so that this printf EnTC part is not executed. Now in this we can see that all these three conditions are false. So if all the condition is false, then the statement or block present in else block, that is called as the else if, what we can say, else block is executed, that is the false block part is executed, or default statement we can say it, this part is executed and after that statement X is executed. Okay. Now the output of this program is so that FY civil. Now the last program, write a program to check whether number is negative, positive or 0. Okay. Now when number is negative, when less than 0. When number is positive, greater than 0. And when number is 0, when equal to 0. Now here let us see printf enter a number, so that this output is printed enter a number. Then scanf percentage %x, it accepts the number. Suppose we have entered number 0. We have entered number 0. So 0 number, what happened? This 0 number is stored into the X. 0 number is stored into the X. Now here first condition, X is less than 0. Means 0 is less than 0. It is false, so that this part is not executed. Now second condition is check, X is greater than 0. 0 is greater than 0. This is also false, so that this part is not executed. So all these conditions are false, so that the default block which is defined in this nested else if ladder, this else block is executed. Here printed number is neither 0 nor positive. The same part is we have executed here, and so that this output is printed. Okay, so this is a else if ladder, very simple part. And I want to tell you one more thing there, why it is called as a ladder. If anybody having the question that why it is called as a ladder. So if we see, ladder means what? Staircases. When we are climbing any building or coming from the building to the ground floor, then we have to use the staircases. Okay, so if we see this flow chart, this is also in the form of staircase. First condition false, come to the condition 2. Condition 2 is false, come to the condition 3. If it is also false, then execute the default statement. So we are one by one we are getting to the next staircase, so that it is called as a else if ladder. So that ladder word is used here. Okay, so let us stop here.